My name is Emin Milli. I'm a blogger. I'm from Azerbaijan, and for several years I was criticizing our government. I was also organizing big forums of uh, Azerbaijanis of new generation, new professionals in different parts of Europe, in different parts of Azerbaijan, and more criticizing government. And at some point, I was arrested, and many people in international media connected my arrest and arrest of my friend to a donkey video, which I don't think is the only reason of our arrest, but maybe it was one of the reasons. And this donkey video was about the fact that government of Azerbaijan imported in 2008 two donkeys from Germany and paid for each donkey $42,000. My friend, me, we put together a video conference of a donkey where the donkey was trying to explain why he's so expensive and giving arguments like to journalists that he speaks several languages, he can play violin, and so on. So many people in government didn't find it so funny, obviously. But one of the reasons, I think the main reason why me and my friend were arrested, because the government wanted really to scare the whole generation, the whole new arising class, the middle class in Azerbaijan.
And I mean, how long time were you in prison?
I spent in jail, I was sentenced for 2.5 years, and I spent in jail about more than 16 months because there was huge international media attention. Even President Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, they raised the issue with our president. European Parliament, British Parliament, Swedish Parliament, other parliaments adopted resolutions. International NGOs demand our release. But it was really rare case because usually nobody cares about human rights in Azerbaijan.
Okay, and what's your situation now?
My situation now is I study in London. I came to London last September. After my release, I couldn't travel for some time. They wouldn't allow me to travel. So then after, again, international pressure, I could travel. Now I study in London at SOAS, and I'm writing my master thesis on new media and Arab revolutions.
You don't want to go back to Azerbaijan?
No, in September I'm going to go back to Azerbaijan.
And will you keep on going what you were doing before you were imprisoned?
I never stopped doing what I was doing before. I always was critical about this government. And for me, it's a matter of freedom of expression. It's a matter of internet freedom. And I have very strong views on this. And imprisonment or any other pressure will not stop me from continuing thinking the way I thought before and acting the way I acted before.
And you think there is a moral dilemma with the Eurovision Song Contest?
I give interviews, try to give interviews to various international media these days, and my message is very simple. I think that it is wrong to come to a country and to have fun at a place where people have been evicted illegally and were not paid the relevant, appropriate compensation. So lost their houses actually, so singers can come and have fun. There are more than 70 political prisoners in Azerbaijan. Today, there were people beaten up on the streets in Baku because they wanted to hold a rally. A young activist, a journalist, has disappeared in Azerbaijan just 2 days ago. Nobody knows where it is. European Parliament adopted today a resolution demanding Azerbaijani government basically to respect human rights. So I think that singers, what can be done is singers who are at Eurovision now, and I'm not calling for boycott, I was against it exactly because of what I'm going to tell you now. Because I want, and I think it's a moral duty of singers at Eurovision Song Contest during live show tonight and on 26th of May to demand openly and publicly release of all political prisoners in Azerbaijan. Yes, it will lead to disqualification of the singers according to European Broadcasting Union rules. But if they don't do it, I think something much worse can happen. A moral self-disqualification can happen. And I think that any singer who will stand up for justice and freedom and tell this one sentence during live show, which will be watched by more than 125 million people around the world, will turn in a moment into a hero. If several people do it, if more people do it, I don't think that actually European Broadcasting Union or government of Azerbaijan or any other force on this earth would be able to stop of turning this Eurovision Song Contest in the most subversive and most meaningful event in the history of European music. And I think that there are moments in our lives when we have to take a stand, and this is a moment in Baku, in Azerbaijan now, for all European musicians.